And we are live and we are back. We are direct for match week 36, the roundup, man. What a match week it was. A few twists, a few turns, and we are here to discuss them, man. Relegation battle, the title race, is it still alive? The top four race, the race for Europa League, you know what I'm saying? So on and so forth. It's your boy Dom. Back in the house. I know I was actually supposed to do this yesterday, but I wasn't feeling good, man. I wasn't 100%. My allergies were on 1,000, man. You know, my left eye was running, my nose running. You know, when I got home and I saw the pollen on top of my garbage bin, I was like, oh, now I see why. Now I understand why. There's a lot of pollen out there in the air, man. I never used to have allergies, but now I do. Now I do, man. And it is what it is. You know, I'm getting older. But yeah, man, we got big news to talk about today. We got to get into some transfer stuff as the weeks come. I was actually supposed to do a transfer video today, you know. So who knows, man? I might actually kick it off because spoke to someone about getting that transfer thing going, but you know, I gotta kick it off on my own, man, because you know I should have did that. That today should have been the start of it, but I'll see what I could do though. I'll see what I could do. So guys, we are back to talk about the weekend games, and we had some big results on the weekend, of course, man. Chelsea joined to Wolves, Liverpool joined to Tottenham. We have Aston Villa beating Burnley. We have Everton beating Leicester. That was a big result. We had one of the biggest results in Premier League history as well. And that is the fact that Brighton and Hove Albion defeated Manchester United 4-0 against most of our predictions. You see, the thing about United is that when I predicted them to lose last week to Brentford, you know what they did? They destroyed Brentford. And when I predicted them to beat Brighton, they lost. See what I'm saying? And they will now have their worst ever Premier League season of all time, which is absolutely ridiculous, man. So we actually about to get into all this and more. So big up to everybody who's watching the replay right now. We're just getting things started. And let's get into these fixtures, man. Let's get into the fixtures right away. If you haven't yet liked the video, make sure you do so. We'll definitely appreciate it. Everybody who clicked the notification and come through, appreciate it as well. So let's just change the view here and let's start talking about these results. First, let's take a look at the Premier League website homepage and see if there's any news that we could pick up on. There might be a few things that we missed. The Player of the Month, Manager of the Month, and Goal of the Month awards may be given as well. So let's see if we find anything on that. Any announcement on that should be down here. So Premier League 2 Player of the Month as well. I could spot my own very Manchester City player Cole Palmer there. And Crescencio Somerville for Leeds. Liam Delap as well. All the other players I don't know that well. I don't know. So Premier League sells UK live audio rights to BBC Sport and Talk Sport. Okay, that's news for people who interested. In terms of the awards, I don't see anything yet on the awards. Nothing here on the awards, but okay. Everton's Goal of the Month winner revealed. So there's nothing yet on the awards, though. You know what I'm saying? So maybe there is, but I haven't seen anything here. If there was, we would have actually gotten something here, right here. So there's nothing here. Nothing here right about now. Yeah. There's also here McAtee. Teammates can help your mental health. Big up to everybody out there, man. If you're struggling with mental health issues, don't be afraid to talk to somebody, man. You know, hit me up. You know, hit me up on Twitter or something. You feel me? Don't be afraid, you know, because what you call it? I read something that there's over 100 people that commit suicide in the UK every single week, and that's just the UK. Think about America, Canada, Mexico, who knows, man, all over the world. So if you need to talk to anybody about feeling down or anything, man, don't be afraid. I've always considered myself a very strong person, and I don't really get depressed, but you never know, man. Even the strongest of us could actually break. There's probably something out there that will break us. Like that's our kryptonite, man. So just take it easy. So John Wallace is saying, hi, Dom, you're officially a meme on Twitter and YouTube. Where? You talking about my reaction to Mahrez's goal? Is that what you're talking about? Listen, man, I guess that's how you're gaining popularity. You know what I'm saying? And that's how people find out more about you. They could actually come over and hear more of the quality stuff, man. So Jordan Hyman in the house, big up to you. Big up to everybody who joined the stream so far. Guys, we're going to go through the results. We're going to talk about how each result affect the respective teams, their Premier League status, their status in the league table, and all of that good stuff, man. So let's click results. And guess what, guys? Just guess what? Today would be a big day. I'm just warning you guys. Today would be a big day for the channel in terms of content output, because I have to actually go live again later. I even forgot I had to do that, but I have to go live later to do a small preview of the games that's coming up tomorrow and Wednesday and Thursday. So there's more, man. The work never ends. The work never ends, man. And also today's a day Kyle and I are supposed to do trophy talk, so I hit up Kyle. I'm just waiting for a reply, to see when he's gonna be available. I hope he could actually make today's trophy talk. But big up to Kyle. But if he doesn't make trophy talk, I'll have to continue trophy talk alone as well, because there's a lot of things that I have to talk about in terms, of the respective clubs, Liverpool and Manchester City. You know what I mean? So the work goes on, man. The work goes on. So let's talk about these results, and let's start with this one first. Let's start with this one. Big result for West Ham United after their disappointment in the Europa League, and they went on to defeat Norwich City 4-0. And I predicted West Ham to win that game. Let me just reach down and grab my my notes right now. Let me grab my notes so I could refer and I could actually just reference back to the prediction I made, because I think next season I'm going to keep track of my predictions and how I did. And I might actually sign up to one of those betting websites or something and start placing a small bet every week. Nothing crazy. I might actually do that, you know what I mean? And who knows, maybe have an affiliate code for you guys or something who are interested in doing that as well. So, in terms of the West Ham Norwich City game, my prediction was 3-1 to the Hammers, and they ended up winning this game 4-0. An emphatic win for David Moyes and his men. I was about to say David Moyes and his boys, but that doesn't sound well, you know what I mean? That sounds like moist men. You don't want to talk about moist men, you know what I'm saying? So, David Moyes and his boys. Said Benrahma in the 12th minute. And Mikel Antonio with a very, lucky goal. He never stopped pursuing that ball. And he put away a nice, gift in the 38th minute. And we had 45th minute goal there by Said Benrahma. That was a very good one. And then Manuel Lanzini from the penalty spot in the 65th minute. Jared Bowen credited for the assists in the first and the second Said Benrahma goals. So very, very good performance there by West Ham United, man. And they're putting their stronghold on that Europa League spot. And good performance. They've really done well all season, but I think their focus on the Europa League campaign did kind of derail what they were doing in the Premier League. So at one time, we all know that they were actually in the running for a Champions League spot via the league, but that kind of fell to the wayside because Their focus was on actually going on to win the Europa League, and now they have been knocked out the Europa League. They can now refocus and just, try to just solidify that top 6 status, because there is a situation where Wolves are 8th right now, and they could actually catch them. And when I say top 6, I mean top 7, because West Ham right now are 7th. So there is a situation as well where if West Ham continues to win their games, they could surpass Manchester United as well. So there's everything to play for. And as a matter of fact, well, I don't want to think this too much because I'm a Man City fan, but if West Ham win their remaining 2 games, they could actually get more points and a better goal difference than Manchester United, because they do play Brighton and City. So it's unlikely that West Ham will defeat Man City, but it's also possible. But there's also the situation where Man United lose their final game of the season, West Ham win one of the games or win both of them. Let's just say and they could get top 6 ahead of Man United. Manchester United could be playing Conference League football next season because of West Ham United. And you got to give it to them, man. You got to definitely give it to them. Quality stuff this season, man. And to be on 55 points right now, that is huge, man. That is indeed huge. Last season for West Ham United, 65 points. I think, they did better last year. Came in 6th. But to just follow that up, with another, solid season, it's good, because teams, they do well. They come in 7th, 6th, and the next season they fight in relegation. You know what I'm saying? So West Ham knows all about that. They know all about that. So another quality outing for the Hammers. Ben Rama, he bagged 2 goals. He that's 8 goals this season. That's a good season. This is his first full season as a West Ham player. I think he came in January last year. And we know he would take some time to actually settle down. And it looks as if he's settled, man. So Said Benrahma, 8 goals in the Premier League this season to go with 6 assists. That's not bad. That ain't bad at all. That's a solid season if you ask me. He could only get better. And you have other performers like Antonio. 9 goals to go with, I think a similar amount of assists there for him as well. 9 goals, 7 assists. Jared Bowen, he picked up in terms of assists, that was actually his 12th assist to go with 10 goals. So these are the men who actually helped West Ham a lot this season. To, Jared Bowen, Benrahma, Antonio, you think Fornals, you think Declan Rice. These are the players that come to mind, man. Solid season if you ask me, for David Moyes and his men. The defense a bit shaky because they've suffered a few setbacks in terms of injuries. I saw that Craig Dawson went off with another injury there, and they've been really struggling in that department. So we know this summer West Ham knows where they need to strengthen. One player in particular I could see going to West Ham. I don't know why. He just looks like a West Ham player, and that's James Tarkowski. If Burnley goes down, it will make it even more inevitable. But even if they stay up, I could see Tarkowski moving on. I think he's in his final year of his contract. And West Ham suits him, man. West Ham suits him. So let's see how that one, if that one actually ends up happening. So big up to everybody in the house. Make sure y'all smash up the thumbs up button for the video. Back with the live content, man. The consistency. That is king, and I'm going to give you that every single time, man. Doesn't matter rain, sun, or shine, whether I'm not feeling well, whether I have, work, I'm going to make it happen some way, somehow, man. So, guys, make sure you smash up the thumbs up button for the live stream. Back with the energy today. I got my Red Bull on deck here. I don't want to drink too much. I don't want to get into the habit of drinking too much Red Bull because, this thing ain't that good for you. You know what I mean? I don't want to drop out like Kevin Samuels, cardiac arrest or nothing by drinking a whole lot of Red Bull. I got some coconut water on the side here as well. So just want to hydrate, just want to bring you the energy. And, we're going to continue talking about the lovely game of football that we all love so much, man. So, look, today, of course, the focus is the Premier League. Look, Norwich already relegated back into the championship. From the get-go, I said that Norwich are a championship team. I have to actually go and clip out. I have to find from the first live stream where I actually said that Norwich City made championship signings. And a few Norwich City fans were actually, they were coming at me, man. They were coming at me, and I was like, y'all need to stop coming at me. Go at your team, because these signings are not it. This is not it, man. You're not going to survive the Premier League like that. And look at what happened. Sacked Daniel Farker. They brought in Dean Smith. He had a great November, but that's about it, man. That is about it. They've struggled all season, and they will go back down in the championship. They are a yo-yo club, the club that has been relegated the most times. And they're still on 21 points as we speak. Lost their last 4. And for them, they will finish off the season against Wolves, Leicester, and Tottenham on the final day. So a date for them awaits in the championship, where we know it's very difficult, but they seem like they handle the championship very, very, very well. As for West Ham United, look, right now, West Ham are 7th. They're holding on the Europa League Conference League spot. Man United got 1 game left. And the team that Man United have to play on the final day are Crystal Palace. And that's at Selhurst Park. It is not guaranteed that Man United are going to go out there and win, because a lot of players are going to be on like testimonial matches. You know what I'm saying? The last game for the club. There's going to be a lot of sentimental, substitutions and starting 11, players in the starting 11. Ragnick, his final game in charge of Man United as well. So I don't know what's going to happen. I seriously don't know what's going to happen. So Man United could end up finishing on 58 points. We're going to revisit that a bit later on in the stream, right? But for West Ham United, right? 55 points. Let's just scroll down to what they did this season so far, right? Where we should all right, that's not available here, but I thought that's in the preview. That is in the preview. We have that available. But look, West Ham, 2 games left this season. 2 games, right? And they're 7th. They have a better goal difference, a plus 11 goal difference to Man United's plus 1. West Ham won't be able to catch Tottenham, so the furthest they could get is 6th. It is a possibility. I think that Manchester United are going to lose to Crystal Palace. West Ham will lose to Man City. Sorry, Hammers, but I think it's going to happen. And then West Ham are going to win their final game of the season against Brighton. And they're going to take that Europa League spot. And Manchester United are going to be relegated to that that Conference League spot. That Conference League spot. I'm telling you, that happens. Oh, what a day that would be, man. What a day that would be. So that'll be it for the first game. Well done, Hammers. All the best for the remainder of the season. So with that being said, guys, we're going to keep it moving, and we are going to talk about a game that had a bit of significance in terms of one team getting away from that 40-point mark, where you have teams like Leeds and Everton and, of course, Burnley, who could all get there. And if you're stuck on 40 points, you could be in that relegation talk as well. So, but not likely, but mathematically it can happen. Brentford 3, Southampton 0. And this is yet another very, very good prediction made by your boy Dom, because my prediction for this one, guys, was Brentford winning this game, and my prediction was a 3-2 win. I went for high-scoring game in favor of Brentford, and they ended up winning it, keeping a clean sheet. So give it up to David Raya for yet another clean sheet. Since he came back in the team after that injury layoff, he has definitely helped the team, climb up the table, man. And you got to give it to the Brentford board for sticking with Thomas Frank, them for bringing in Christian Eriksen as well. And they've just done some really good recruitment. And the players have just kept their heads throughout the season and not give up hope. not held their heads down when they were actually going through that very, very rough period. And they won convincingly on the day against Southampton. Very, very, very good football played this season by Brentford, man. And we're seeing glimpses of it early on when they beat Arsenal, when they did play a very good game against Liverpool as well. And throughout the season, they've just been wonderful to look at. Pontus Jansson in the 13th minute. And in terms of his goals for the season, I'll let you know his goal contributions. I want to give you guys as much context when it comes to these things, but I was not actually on the page that I wanted to be on. That was his third goal of the season, so he's contributed. Ivan Toney with an assist, his 5th assist. Johan Wissa, 6th goal, very good goal. From the first time I saw Johan Wissa in the cup games, he scored a bunch of goals. I knew he was a special player. He scored against Liverpool. I think that was an equalizer against Liverpool. And he was a special player from the get-go. Christian Eriksen with the assist there. And then Christian Norgard with the assist, 3rd of the season for Christopher Ayers' first Premier League goal. The former Celtic man topping off a 3-piece for Southampton, who you could understand, they rotated their team. You see Adam Armstrong coming back in, Diallo coming in, what I'm saying, a few youngsters on the bench. So, look, Southampton, they're very inconsistent team. They have really good patches, and then, they get destroyed from time to time. 2 9-0s, and they did get battered again this season. Was that by Chelsea? That was what, 6-0 or something they got by Chelsea. So, luckily for them, They got to the 40-point mark already, and they are currently on 40 points. So for Brentford, they went up to 43. That put everything beyond doubt. You see what I'm saying? There's no doubt that Brentford would be in the Premier League next year. But for Southampton, who are 15th, 40 points may not be safe. And they are the only team outside, the relegation threatened that remain on 40 points. So, you got to be careful, man. You really, really got to be careful with this, because you have the likes of, you have Burnley, you have Leeds, who could still get there. These teams could still get there. And for Southampton, let me just let you guys know the clear scenario right now in terms of that. Southampton 15th with 40 points. Burnley, Leeds, they both have 3 games remaining. So let's say that these teams end up to get more than 40 points, right? So just a scenario here for Southampton. Just got to talk about this briefly. Burnley do have Tottenham, Aston Villa, and Newcastle. Let's say they win all their games. Or let's say they don't even need to win all their games. Let's say they win 2 and they lose 1. They'll get 41 points, right? They'll get 41 points. Let us say for Leeds United, they're on 34 points, so they need to win 2 and draw 1. Or, any situation that will get them over 40 points. But at the same time, Burnley do have a better goal difference than Southampton. So if they get to 40 points and Southampton do not get off 40 points, they will be in a better position, right? For Leeds, their situation is a bit trickier. They play Chelsea, Brighton, and Brentford. For Leeds United, let's say they win 2 of these and draw 1 as well. It's a possibility. They will get over 40 points. So they would both get higher points a higher point tally than Southampton. But then for Southampton, their remaining games are against Liverpool next and against Leicester City. And there is a high probability, a very, very high probability, that they could go on to lose both those games. Both of those games. And if we throw Everton in the situation, Everton are looking like one of the most likely out of the 3 teams that I just mentioned, including Leeds and Burnley, that would survive. So for Everton, They have 4 games left, and they only need 5 more points to get to 40. For Everton, they got Watford, Brentford, Crystal Palace, and Arsenal. I'm convinced Everton are getting over 40 points. So there is a situation right now at hand, guys. There is a situation where Southampton FC are in the relegation scrap, believe it or not. Let me take a sip of my coconut water right now. Never thought that I'd be saying that, but Southampton are in a relegation battle right now. That's the twist. That is a twist right now. Brentford, they took themselves out of that equation, but Southampton are in that situation right now. And like I was actually telling my wife today, it's a situation, okay, that they find themselves in right now. So, yeah, it's what it is. Quality football by Brentford, man. We'll see them back in the league next year. Let's see how they could actually improve on this squad. Let's see what their recruitment looks like. I hope they learn a lesson from the teams that recently came up and are going back down. Buy properly, recruit properly, okay? Recruit quality players. Don't go with these players that, you know what I mean, don't go and spend 20 plus million Arian Brewster type player. You know what I'm saying? Don't go and buy relegated players like Sargent and Rashitz and these kind of guys. Go out there and get quality player. If I'm Brentford, you know, they have a very good Danish core. Mikkel Damsgaard. That's a name that they should go after right away. Mikkel Damsgaard. I don't even need to say any. I don't need to say nothing else. I don't need to say nothing else. You see what I mean? Brentford know what they need to do. They came up. They survived. They know what they need to do, man. But for Southampton, guys, I'm telling you, this team is in trouble. This team is in trouble unless they get something against Liverpool. Unless they get something against Liverpool, which they did recently, but it's very unlikely. And they need something against Leicester, who gave them 9 recently as well. So Southampton are in trouble. But look, because of Leeds United's remaining fixtures, it's more than likely that it will be one of Leeds, Burnley, or Everton that would join Watford and Norwich. Okay, well said, right? Well said. Well said, you think, guys? You know what I'm saying? Well said. So we are going to keep it moving. I think I spent a lot of time on that one, but I like to give every single fixture the time, and we discuss as many things that we can, and then we move on. We can't cover everything. Of course we can't. Of course we can't. But with that being said, guys, we are going to move on to the third match today, and let's talk about Crystal Palace 1, Watford FC 0. Give it up to Crystal Palace, man. Give it up to them. Give it up to them. Give it up to them. What a season they've had under new manager Patrick Vieira. It's been a solid season for Crystal Palace, to say the least. And they're 10th right now, 44 points. Still 3 matches left to go. You know, they could actually feel proud of what they've done this season. And that's actually 1 point more than their points tally last season, with still 3 games to go. So for Crystal Palace, they won't be able to get, you know, European football, but it's a platform to launch off of next season, you know. So I think it's been a good season, man, where they went unbeaten against Manchester City, and they have picked up some other massive results throughout the season. So Wilf Zaha in the 31st minute from the penalty spot. And for Zaha, another really, really good season. 13 goals this season, along with a couple penalties that he missed. But 13 goals, that's a great return for Wilf Zaha. I think this is one of his most productive seasons ever. But surprisingly, he's only got 1 assist in the league all season, though. So I think in that regard, could definitely improve, you know. But it's been a stellar season for Wilf Zaha, who I would actually still like to see at a maybe a Europa League or Champions League club. Seriously, he has a lot to offer. And I think at Crystal Palace, I know they need their talismanic players as well, but I would just like to see Zaha in another setting, though. I think he deserves that, you see. He was linked to Bayern Munich in the past. I think he was linked to Arsenal in the past. None of those came to fruition, but yet another solid season for the Ivorian, man. So kudos to him. Good penalty as well. Very convincing penalty. I really like his approach to the penalty. And give Crystal Palace the winning goal there. Hassani Kamara in the 68th minute. Sent off for second yellow. I think the second yellow was a bit harsh, but it is what it is, man. I do admire that left back as well, Hassan Kamara. But for Watford, it has been a stinker of a season, man. They will go back down in the championship. They were officially relegated with this loss, and they would have to fight again and come back. They would have to now look for a new manager, as Roy Hodgson will be leaving at the end of the season. His contract was only until the end of the season anyways. But for Watford, let's see if they could come back to the Premier League. I really don't care for Watford, just to be honest, man. Unless they start treating managers better and, just recruit better, I really don't care for Watford in the league, man. I need some more competition, and they have not been offering. Well, as a City fan, to be honest, I won't mind them in the league to beat them every season. But excuse me, there's probably another one coming, man. Allergies have been killing me lately. It's that time of the season. But yeah, I think I need to turn my fan on. I need to get this room circulating. Yeah, it's a bit hot in here. Yeah, so yeah, man. Yeah. Well, yeah, big up to everybody who's hitting me with a congratulations for the Erling Haaland signing out. Guys, we will talk about that. Definitely will talk about that today. But just give me some time, man. Let's just talk about these Premier League fixtures. Oh, man, it feels so much better in here right about now, man. God damn. So, yeah. Watford, they're relegated officially, along with Norwich City. And I don't think enough players stepped up. I really don't think so. Players like Josh King, you could see in picture there. Poor. Will Hughes playing against his former team. I think Ismail Assar had a poor season. You see Ken Simmer. He's been injured for most of the season and, out of favor for other parts. And these guys did well in the championship, but in the Premier League, it was just a stink of a season, man. Guys like João Pedro showing potential. Chuko Hernandez. There's been a few bright spots, man. Emmanuel Dennis. But overall, a very poor season. A lackluster, subpar season for the men in yellow and black. Call themselves the Hornets. Watford. Down in the championship. And with that being said, guys, Norwich and Watford are relegated. But of course, we know Fulham and Bournemouth have been officially promoted to the Premier League. And there is a championship playoff, of course. And those will be between Sheffield United, Huddersfield, Nottingham Forest, and another team. Damn, I need to do my research again, though. But those are the teams that come straight to mind. I can't remember the other team, but let me just let you guys know the other team. I know most of y'all probably know already, but yeah, some interesting Luton Town. Yeah, Luton Town. Yeah, so Huddersfield, Forest, Sheffield, and Luton Town. So one of those teams would actually be coming up with Bournemouth and Fulham. I'm actually hoping it's a team that we haven't seen recently. Luton Town have done really, really well to just, climb up the ranks. I could remember when I first started playing FIFA career mode again back in 2015. Luton Town was a team I actually picked. Could never forget that. That was fun. That was really fun. Sheffield United recently relegated. Forest haven't been in the Premier League for some time. And Huddersfield recently made a Premier League debut under, what's his name again, man? The American German. I can't even remember his name right now. David Wagner, a couple seasons ago. So they could be back. They did survive 2 seasons in the league, but they got relegated. So we could see them in the league once again. So, look, with that being said, congratulations to Patrick Vieira and Crystal Palace for picking up a win. We know the wins haven't, come by frequently for them this season. 10 wins, 14 draws, 11 losses. I think for them, it would be nice if they could pick up more wins and losses this season. That would represent a very, very stellar season and a better season than the last few under Roy Hodgson at least. So Crystal Palace heading in the right direction. Watford, of course, not so much. But look, they have something to work with. They have guys like Eze, Olise, Zaha, Mateta, Hudson, Edward. You know, I don't know if Conor Gallagher is going to go back to Chelsea most likely, but guys like Will Hughes, Guehi, and Anderson in the defense, they would only look to strengthen that. Tyreek Mitchell, you know, they look to hold on to their better players. Maybe they'll get Aaron Wan-Bissaka back at the club as well. That is something that I heard that's going to actually happen. So, yeah, man. Yeah, so well done to Crystal Palace, man. I'm seeing in the comments some wishful thinking right now. Big up to everybody who's still doing the wishful thinking and the permutations for Manchester City actually dropping out the Premier League title race, you know. Big up to y'all. I see y'all. Shout out. It's fun, though. It's fun to see you guys wishing and hoping after, you know, Liverpool drew this week, and we will talk about that pretty soon. But look, it's not Man City's fault. It isn't City's fault that Liverpool drew the game. I just want to put it out there. You feel me? Most Liverpool fans and channels celebrated when City got knocked out of the Champions League. Listen, man, there's a thing called karma. You know, John Lennon, the famous Beatle John Lennon, man. One song of John Lennon that stand out for me is a song called Instant Karma. Instant karma is going to get you. Just want to put that out there, man. Listen. Let me just finish off this thing. Let me just talk about Crystal Palace and you know, finish off this thing right now. For Crystal Palace, they have a meeting against Aston Villa, Everton, and United remaining this season. So all the best to Palace. Let's see how high they would finish in the table. So for Watford and their season already relegated, they play Everton. Everton will be loving this game, but it could also be dangerous. But Everton should win that game, even though their away form has been poor. They did pick up a very good away win there against Leicester that we'll talk about pretty soon. Watford play Leicester and finish it off against Chelsea. So, with that being said, big up to everybody watching the stream right about now. It is your boy, Dom, coming back with yet another one. All right? Appreciate the support. Appreciate the love that you guys, you know, hit me with. And the hate. I appreciate everything, man. Everything you guys bring here, I appreciate it, man. There won't be a channel without you. They won't. You see what I'm saying? They really, really won't. Guys, if you haven't yet liked the video, make sure you do so. We'll definitely appreciate it. Let's get the stream up to 50 thumbs up. You know, appreciate that, man. Look, what are you guys saying in the chat right about now? Big up to Carl Headley, man. I honestly thought Spurs should have won that game. Palomo, let me see. Big up to Palomo in the house as well. Big up to El Don Transfers. Guys, go check out El Don's channel. Big up to the boy Robert Robinson. Dom, someone react to every City fan with Mara's goal versus Madrid. You was in it. Yeah, that video got a lot of views, man. I saw that. I actually saw that, man. That was crazy. That was crazy, though. So, some negative publicity, but any publicity is good publicity, you know what I'm saying? Guys, I don't know if you realize, you know, I got that purple look in the background, just working on some lighting and everything, just upgrading things around here. You know what I mean? It could change, the colors could change, but I just like that purple look, man. You know, if we want, we could get a bluish kind of look going. Is that gonna change to blue? Let me see. Blue. We got something bluish, but it still looks a bit purple. You know, if you want to go with something red. You want to go with a little red tinge there at the back, we could work with that as well. But yeah, just trying to, you know, just trying to improve things as we go along. What I actually want to have behind me in the corner somewhere over there is a nice plant, man. It's a nice palm tree. I want to have a nice palm just to, you know, give this place a nice bit of feng shui going. You see what I'm saying? You know, the energy around here, the energy is going to be on top, you know, positive energy, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. With that being said, guys, let us move on. Let us move on. We got a lot to talk about. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot more to talk about, man. So, Yeah, big up to the boy Karoom in the house. Matthew Park, Victor Alexander, Palomo, Clinical, Matata, United in the house. Eldon Transfers. Guys, make sure you smash a thumbs up button for the live stream. We are live on direct over here on Dominic Rich FC. Match week 36, the discussion. So, with that being said, guys, let us keep it moving. The next game that we are going to talk about is the game between Burnley and Aston Villa. Guys, don't go nowhere. Stick around. We still have to talk Manchester United getting a full piece from Brighton. We still have to talk Liverpool potentially throwing away the Premier League title as well. We got to talk about Man City potentially running away with it now that Liverpool dropped points. We got to talk about Chelsea dropping points from a winning position. And, of course, we got to talk about them Gunners as well. You know what I mean? A lot more to talk about. We got to talk about Everton. We got to talk about Burnley. And let's do that now. Let us do that now. There's still a lot more to talk about, man. That's the thing here. There's still a lot to talk about. You know, I made some quality predictions over the weekend, man. That's the thing, guys. Guys, this is the place to be. I'm telling you, man. I made 7 correct predictions in terms of the results. That is solid. That is solid. That is solid. And if it wasn't for United's capitulation, you know, that would have been 8. If it wasn't for Liverpool's dropping points, that would have been 9. You see what I mean? And the other prediction that I got wrong was Chelsea. If it wasn't for them, I would have got everything right this week. But of course, those aforementioned teams had to screw it up for me, though. So, look, Danny Ings in the 7th minute. I did mention that Danny Ings would be the player to watch here. I did predict Aston Villa to beat Burnley 2-1. They made it one better, 3-1. Danny Ings with the goal in the 7th minute. And Emi Buendia, who was actually sizzling during this game, picked up the assist there. I don't think Buendia had the best of seasons, but we actually saw glimpses of what he's capable of doing, man. And when you look at Norwich City, right, he came from Norwich. A few players came from Norwich. Well, guys like Madison, guys like, Buendia, Jamal Lewis, you think Ben Godfrey. And these guys did not reinvest that money properly. And that is why they relegated. Again, you see? So Danny Ings, only his 7th goal of the season, though. I think he could have actually picked up more goals this season. But he struggled with injury. You know what I mean? And lack of form. But I did mention that he would be key against his old team. That was Buendia's 6th assist. I think he could have picked up more as well. Buendia did bag a goal of his own in the 31st minute. And Luca Dean, man, he was a good acquisition from Everton. And I haven't been talking enough about the fact that when Luca Dean left Everton, he actually, Everton actually got weakened by the fact that Luca Dean left Everton. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. But look, before I do go on with this, big up to 1892 Reds podcast in the house. Nice of you to come through and check it out. Check out the stream. And he says, title race is only over if Manchester City beat both Wolves and West Ham, but it looks very likely it will be Man City. So congratulations, mate. Yeah, man. Look, most of us actually thought that both Man City and Liverpool were going to win out, and the team that were most likely to drop points were probably Manchester City, seeing that we got knocked out of the Champions League. Our confidence definitely shattered there, but obviously, the guys didn't take it on as much as most people thought they would, and they bounced back phenomenally against Newcastle United and dropped a 5-piece with an order of fries and a large Coke. You see what I'm saying? And I know most people wasn't too pleased with the result, but it is what it is. It is what it is. As I said, Man City had nothing to do with Liverpool not really being clinical enough against Spurs, because that's what it boiled down to. But kudos to Spurs as well for playing some Atletico Madrid type football and actually, getting it done. So 1892 Reds. To be honest, we said Liverpool could drop to Spurs. Yeah, if there was one team that you could drop to, it would have been Spurs because they're one of the only really top quality teams, with the lack of trophies, of course, that were left in your fixture list. But still, we know they're Spurs, man. It's Spurs, and they could do anything could happen. They could do well the previous game and go and get smashed the next game. So yeah, man. So we just have to do our job, win our games, and pray for Man City defeat. Still 3 big games to go. Nah, bro. Anytime you start talking about the praying and the hoping and all of that, sound a bit desperate there, man. Don't sound too desperate out here, man. Don't sound too desperate out here. You know, I think you guys blew it already. I think you blew it. I really think you blew it, though. So, Angel Abel, I'm dumb. Have you been watching Have Hope with that 5-piece comment? No, I have not been watching Have Hope Hut. You know, they say great minds think alike. And, you know, when you just have, sometimes you have the gift of gab, you say things, you know what I'm saying? You say similar things. But I have not been watching Have Hope Hut lately. Both Have Hope and I's been busy. I'm pretty sure Have Hope don't tune into all of my, you know, any of my stuff. And I really don't tune into his content like that. But no one, I see his content, but I don't be watching because, to be honest, I don't really watch a lot of YouTubers, by the way. I just want to put it, I really don't. You see what I'm saying? I really don't have the time to go and hear what everybody have to say. A select few, I'm not going to list the names, but I don't really be out there watching, you know, what everybody have to say. You see what I mean? But look, let's just stick to the script here. Burnley 1, Aston Villa 3. Danny Ings, Emi Buendia, and Ollie Watkins with a goal there. Watkins was bright in that game, and that was his 10th goal of the season. John McGinn, a solid game for him too. His 3rd assist. But look, Watkins, man, back-to-back seasons, this guy hit 10 goals. His first 2 seasons in the league, this dude backed 10 goals each season. So you got to give it to him, man. Definitely. So, in the Premier League, 68 games, 24 goals, which means that he got 14 last season, and now he got another 10 this season, which is not bad. That ain't bad at all. That ain't bad. Listen, that's not bad if you ask me, man. You know, so let's give it up to Ollie Watkins. Man. Good acquisition from Brentford. Don't forget, guys, a lot of these quality signings, they used to play at Brentford. You think Ben Rama, you think Ollie Watkins. So, look, Burnley did bag one of their own, but I think they were thoroughly outplayed in this game. Eric Peters and Maxwell Cornet, I think both came off the bench, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just make sure. Yeah, both came off the bench and combined for that goal, though. But they would lose some of the chances that they had during the match, and they didn't take. So, look, good performance by Villa. I did expect them to win the Claret and Blue Derby, and they went on to do so. This, however, is a huge setback for Mike Jackson and Burnley as they fight to stay in the Premiership. This is a huge setback. But at the same time, they have to take it on the chin, because if you look at the points that they picked up recently, this is Mike Jack's first loss since he became interim manager of Burnley, right? 3 wins and a draw. He came in after the 2-0 defeat to Norwich City, drew to West Ham, beat Southampton, Wolves, Watford, and now he lost to Aston Villa. So maybe he was expected to drop more points, but he picked up 10. You see what I'm saying? And to pick up 10 out of 15 points is not bad at all. I think if you had given Burnley 10 out of 15 points before they played those fixtures, they would have taken it. They now have to bounce back against a very strong-looking Tottenham right now, because remember, guys, Tottenham have only lost once out of their last 8 games. Let's not forget that. I know they've gone through some inconsistent periods and did lose to Burnley early on in the season, but they are a very tough team, and they have also, you know, something to fight for. So that game is going to be very, very difficult for Burnley. They do, however, play Villa again. But if you couldn't beat them at home, it's going to be very difficult to beat them away too. So another uphill battle there for Burnley, and they play Newcastle at the end of the season there. They would be hoping to get something out of this game or to just preserve their goal difference, where as of now they do have a better goal difference, a much better. I don't even think they need to worry about goal difference. They really don't, because their goal difference compared to Leeds is far superior. So Burnley and Leeds could lose all remaining games for the rest of the season and Burnley still survive. So there's a situation where Burnley don't even need to win any games. As long as Leeds does not do as long as Leeds does not win any games, Burnley will survive. And that's the situation right now at over at Turf Moor. So look, for Aston Villa, guys, it's been a good season. 43 points. I think Steven Gerrard came in and definitely steadied the ship. First season in the Premier League. His former team Rangers made it to the Europa League final. So kudos to him, for the platform he laid down. But now Aston Villa has been the focus. I think they could have drawn more of their games. 4 draws this season, 17 losses, 13 wins. I like that column, the wins column. But the draw section needs to be improved, where 5 more draws would have reduced the losses, and it would have given them 5 more points up to 48, where they would have still been in the hunt for a European spot. So they have themselves to blame. They know what they need to work on next season, and they have to recruit well. Are they going to make Coutinho permanent? Are they going to bring in any other players to bolster up this already formidable outfit that they have? Is left to be seen. It is left to be seen. But look, Aston Villa is a solid team. Big up to the boy Josh from A View from the Stands as well. Him and I were supposed to link up throughout the season, but we never really got to link up again after the first match day. But big up to Josh. He always come by. He always show us love. He's probably in the chat right now as I speak. But big up yourself, Josh, and well done to your team this season. Aston Villa moved from 40 points to 43, which means they don't have to worry anything about they don't have to worry about relegation. You see what I'm saying? So look, as for Burnley, guys, I've discussed Burnley. They know what they need to do. Every point would be massive for the remainder of the season, but they also don't need to pick up any points. They really, really don't. You see what I'm saying? But look, before I jump on the next point here, for Villa, their next game will be tomorrow against Liverpool. We're going to be back later. I want to talk about this a bit later when things settle. They play Crystal Palace, and they have 4 games left. They play Burnley and they play City on the final day. They actually could have a say in the title race, right? Are they going to be able to beat Man City on the final day? Are they going to be able to take anything from Liverpool? Remember the last time Liverpool visited Villa Park, they copped a 7-piece, man. You see what I'm saying? They copped a 7-piece. I can't tell the last time I ordered a 7-piece. Maybe like a 4-piece or something, but 7 is a lot. You see what I'm saying? So, eyes on that game. I'll be doing a watch along for that game tomorrow, guys. So, make sure you tune in. But look, in terms of this game, that's my thoughts. We're definitely going to move on. And let's see, let's keep an eye on Burnley. For Villa, they're safe. Nothing really to play for, just to play out the rest of the season and build up for next. So, big up to everybody in the stream. I'm your boy, Dom. Make sure you subscribe if you're new around here. We're heading towards 51K. And, of course, the goal is just to continue growing and growing and growing. But I have set a retirement date, though. I think I'm going to retire after the 2026 World Cup, guys. So enjoy the ride while it lasts. I might not, though. I might not. I'm just saying, I might just, retire and come back. Maybe I'll retire for a couple months. Then I'll be like, nah, this is too good, man. I miss this. Oh my God. So look, big up to everybody once again. Look, Chris Wood is absolutely trash. Did you see that pathetic header against City? Yeah, I saw it. He should have scored, but he didn't. Burnley should be charged with fraud for selling him for 25 million. Well, Newcastle were actually the one who activated his release clause, so you got to blame Newcastle for that. Big up to the boy Michael Talks Football in here, man. Mike, how are you feeling? Nice to see you in here as usual. It's about 10:45 or so in Finland. How are you, man? How Oh, you about to hit the sack soon or what? So what we got here, man? What we got here in terms of the people? Guys, make sure you smash the thumbs up button for the stream. We are back. You know we do this every single week. We do a preview. We do a review. You know what I'm saying? This week we got the midweek fixtures. So you know I'm going to come in with another preview a bit later. So like when I'm done this, I have to, sit down right here, put on a little African music. I've been listening to some Burna Boy lately. You know what I'm saying? Put some of that on and get to writing, you know what I mean? Get to the preview so that later we could come and we could discuss the big games that's coming up this week. Right now, we are discussing results, all right? And sometimes results are not the things you want to actually be discussing. You understand? You may go to the doctor for a checkup. The results may be positive or they may be very, very grim. Okay? Were the results positive for your team this weekend or were you on the grim side? Talk to me. Let's talk Chelsea 2, Wolverhampton Wanderers 2. And this is a grim result for Chelsea because from a winning position, being 2-0 up, 2-0, 2-0, and you go back and drop points. Chelsea have been poor in 2022, I gotta say. Very, very poor. This is very uncharacteristic of a Thomas Tuchel team. The amount of goals they've been conceding lately, it is very ridiculous. It's unbelievable. It is unbelievable. But look, shout out to Chiquinho. I did talk about this player. I think he came back from loan stint at Grasshoppers. No, was he at Grasshopper? Or was he brought from, I think he was bought, was he bought from Estoril? I think he was a player that was brought in from Portugal. And yeah, I think so. I think he's that guy. I think Totti Gomez came back from Grasshopper. Yeah, so this January acquisition, this player by the name of Chiquinho. The first time I saw this guy, I'm like, yo, this guy means business, man. This guy means business. You see what I'm saying? Entrepreneurial. This guy means business. You see? And look, stepped up with 2 assists there, man. That was huge. That was huge. I did not watch this game live. Did go back and see the highlights. Romelu Lukaku started the game, and that was massive for him because, look, the season's winding down. Chelsea paid a ton load of money for this dude to come back to the club from Inter, and it has been nothing but disastrous, right? He put that on his own. He went and did that interview and said the things he said, and his commitment wasn't there for Chelsea. Thomas Tuchel dropped him. Big up to the boy AD Booth in the house one time, man. You know what I'm saying? Nice to see you in here. So, for him, scoring that penalty, big boost, and to back it up with, I think that was that right-footed goal. That was absolutely what he needed in his life. You see what I'm saying? That was his 7th Premier League goal this season, which is very lackluster if you ask me. But nevertheless, he has not been playing. So, give him the credit for scoring those goals. Christian Pulisic, who started the game as well, he provided assists. And I think these players not involved enough this season. And they both linked up. Chelsea are in a very precarious position right now where we have the likes of Rudiger already leaving for Real Madrid. Andreas Christensen already leaving for Barcelona. Marcos Alonso linked to Barcelona heavily. Azpilicueta linked with a move to Barcelona as well. So there's an exodus happening at Chelsea right now. I'm pretty sure Jorginho might actually leave. I don't know if players like Malang Sarr are going to be held on to. Ross Barkley comes to mind. Hakim Ziyech comes to mind. Kepa Arrizabalaga comes to mind. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Christian Pulisic. I don't think everyone will leave, but there will be an exodus. Thiago Silva is 38 years old. So there's going to be a big overhaul at Chelsea. And I think, I'm going to link up with my Chelsea boys. And I'm going to actually, talk a lot of Chelsea this summer. You listen to Thames. Think, there's a rhythm like that. Yeah, I do listen to some Thames though. I do listen to a little bit of Thames. I like, that she blew up, man. Nice voice. But yeah, man, Chelsea's in a pickle right now. congratulations to them for getting the deal done. New owners. What's his name? Todd Bowley. And he's the I don't know these guys like that, guys. For real. I think they say he's the owner of LA Dodgers. Another American. He's an American, right? So when you hear people talk about, oh, you Americans this, you American that, Americans obviously own the Premier League. You see what I'm saying? Todd Bowley. Yeah. Americans obviously own the Premier League. You see what I'm saying? Come on. So he owns the fantasy sports company DraftKings and esports organization Cloud9. He also owns 27% stake in LA Lakers, and there's more. There's probably more. But anyways, man, he's now the new owner of the club. He was there. He didn't like what he saw because Trincao had other ideas. 79-minute goal. That was a peach of a goal. He could have scored another one as well. And Connor Cody with the freaking last-minute header. Chiquinho with the perfect ball in. And no chance for Edward Mendy, who's been under the microscope lately. Is he still the best goalkeeper in the world, Chelsea fans? Is he? I'll let you guys answer. I'll let you guys answer that one. I really let you guys answer that one. But he's been shipping a lot of goals lately, man. A lot of goals lately. So, look, I think Wolves played very, very well. They played some good football there. They actually surprised me. They actually surprised me because Wolves were actually coming into this game on the bounce of what? 3 losses in a row? 3 losses in a row. Now, stop the bleeding against Chelsea. They have 3 games left to play, and they got West Ham in their sights. And it's very, Wolves have to play City, West Ham have to play City, but the thing is, Wolves still could finish above. Let's say Wolves lose to City, which I think and I want to happen. Let me just be honest about that. Let's say West Ham lose to City too. It means West Ham could only get a maximum of 58 points, right? And for West Ham, the final game of the season is against a very, very good Brighton team, right? So let's say West Ham do not win any more games this season. Wolves have the ability to go past a West Ham. But what's tricky for them is that they play both Manchester City and Liverpool. So it could happen, but it's very, very unlikely that Wolves could actually sneak into one of those European spots. So that's my verdict on Wolves. I think Bruno Lage have done a great job this season in charge of the team. I did not see him on the touchline, however. I didn't, I wasn't aware of anything before the game, like why he was absent. I didn't get any news on that. So pardon me with that one. But he wasn't on the touchline. It was a player by the name of Alexandre da Silva, who took charge, but I don't know the circumstances behind Bruno Lage's absence. If anybody know about that, let me know. I'll definitely appreciate that. Big up to the boy Doug in the house. Nice to see you in here. And all the people that's in here right now, appreciate you guys coming through, man. Make sure you smash the thumbs up button. It's nice to be back with a week roundup, man. This is going to come back with the roundups and the previews next season, of course. Of course, I'm going to be reviewing and revamping the format. I'm going to see how I could actually trim the format for the previews, because the previews could be a bit long. I take 2.5 hours minimum to do the previews. The roundups could be done in an hour 45 minutes easily, right? But I need to figure out a way how to trim the previews, and I'll make it happen. I'll make it happen though. I have time, and I'm not gonna bring you the same thing that I brought you this season. I'm gonna try to bring something a bit more improved. All right. So look, for Wolves, they still have a chance for European football, but they also still have a big say in the title race. They play Manchester City come this Wednesday, And after that, they do have to face Norwich City on the weekend before they play Liverpool on the final match day. All the best to Wolverhampton Wanderers. They'll be in the Premier League again next season. But it's nice that they actually, have a say in the title race, though. But it might actually be a curse for them. It could be a blessing in that City and Liverpool are going in under pressure. But it could also be a curse that you're meeting the teams that are fighting for the title. So, look, for Chelsea, let's talk Chelsea again. They are in a situation where they could actually not qualify for the Champions League. Yeah, as silly as it may sound, Chelsea are in a situation where they may not qualify for the Champions League. 67 points, no wins in their last 3 games, 3 matches left to play, and these matches are against Leeds United, who are struggling. That's a dangerous team to face right now. The FA Cup final against Liverpool, that's another topic. They play Leicester, and they play against Watford. More than likely, Chelsea would win at least 2 of these games. Or maybe they go on to win all 3, right? But the way they've been playing, it does not say that Chelsea are going to win all 3 of these games, man. You see what I mean? Leicester doesn't have anything to play for, really. And Watford doesn't have anything to play for. But Leeds have everything to play for. And look, with the fact that they play Leicester before that FA Cup final, I think Chelsea may rotate for that Leicester game. Indeed, they will rotate. And there's all likely they could lose or draw that game, right? So Chelsea have to be very careful of Arsenal, who's only 1 point behind them, and Tottenham, who are 5 points behind them, are creeping up, man. So Chelsea could find themselves with a problem not qualifying for the Champions League next season. And that won't be good. That won't be good. New owners coming in and all. They want to go back in the Champions League. They want to actually attract the right talent, seeing that they'll be in the Champions League, and that would actually be a bargaining chip for them. So it's imperative that they see out the season properly and stop dropping points and stop losing these games that, we never actually foresee them to lose. You see? So that's what's going on with Chelsea, though. Overall, I think, their season has definitely gone pear-shaped. Whereas at the beginning of the year, not the beginning of the year, but the beginning of the season, they looked really, really good. And 10 matches in, I think Chelsea were on top of the league. They looked like they were going to fight for the title this season and just fell by the wayside, man. They fell off hard, I'm telling you. So a lot of internal problems within the club. Didn't do, the Champions League season fell apart as well. I know Man City's season fell apart too. But they lost the Carabao Cup final, the whole Lukaku situation, the Exodus, the Roman Abramovich situation. So it's all been a whole mess at Chelsea Football Club, man. But kudos to Wolves for picking up that point. Hard luck to Chelsea for lacking game management there and dropping 2. So all the best to the teams there for the remainder of the season. Big up to everybody in the chat. What are you guys saying? We still got to talk City, Newcastle. We still got to talk Liverpool versus Spurs. We still got to talk Arsenal as well versus Leeds, and United versus Brighton. I think those are the only games that we got left. So we talked about Brentford, Southampton, Burnley, Aston Villa, Chelsea, Wolves, Crystal Palace, Watford. Talked about Norwich, West Ham. All right, let's talk about Leicester, Everton. Let's talk about this. We still got a little bit of way to go, though. It's 4 o'clock. Still got about, next 45 minutes or so maybe. But we got to talk about these games, definitely. So, Leicester 1, Everton 2. Congratulations to Everton, man. I think I made a very, very big call, and I predicted a 2-1 win for Everton, and it ended in a 2-1 win. I predicted Everton to beat Man United as well. They did. You see what I'm saying? So, I've been making some quality predictions, though. But look, Jordan Pickford, before I even get into the goals, before I even talk Everton's relegation battle right now, I have to commend Jordan Pickford, man. I have to commend Jordan Pickford. This is the sole reason that Everton are even still alive. Jordan Pickford. And I did mention before that it would be kind of weird to see him go into the Championship because he's England's number one keeper, and that could actually affect his status as the number one keeper, where they're going to review his season and everything and be like, yeah, man, you got to give it up. Maybe give it to Nick Pope or whoever else. But Jordan Pickford, he's keeping Everton in the fight, man, and he has helped them pick up some big wins, some massive wins with some unbelievable saves. You think Aaron Ramsdale was pulling off some unbelievable saves during the earliest stages of the season? It's Jordan Pickford. Pickford has been very good. He has been very, very good, I gotta say. So I gotta talk about him even before I get into the results, man. Look, Everton, these are some big results. I know they lost to Liverpool, but they bounced back. They beat Chelsea a goal to nil. They beat Leicester 2-1. They drew with Leicester the previous game as well. They beat Man United. I think they should have beaten Burnley, but that was a big setback, and they did pick up that. I think the spark was that win against Newcastle when they went down to 10 men, and then Alex Iwobi scored that goal late in the game. That was the catalyst for Everton's resurgence, I should say, their revival. And look, you got to give them credit, man. They do have the quality in their team, but it's just that injuries, man. Injuries have definitely haunted them. And of course, they did have a bad refereeing decision against Man City. I'm not gonna pretend that didn't happen. I know you guys are gonna be like, you guys always try to tell me, hey, Dom, don't forget what happened against Man City. They should have actually, got a penalty. So yeah. That actually happened. So they're very unfortunate that they couldn't get something from that game. But in terms of the game, I was just talking to my boy Kyle, Nothing But Reds. He have definitely confirmed that we're going to be doing trophy talk today, so we got a lot to actually talk about. We talk about Erling Haaland over there and a few other things. And yeah, talk about the Liverpool, the City game, the Champions League, the weekend games, the midweek games. There's a lot, man. There's a lot of content coming your way, guys. Can't say never warned you. Man. Content is king. Got to put him out. Got to put it out there. So, look, Vitaly Mykolenko. What? But wait, even before the Mykolenko goal, we got to give it up to Yerry Mina for that block, man. The ball had already beaten Pickford. And that was Yerry Mina to the rescue. Some people say Yerry Mina has, he looked very light-skinned these days. Is he bleaching or is it the lack of sunlight? But forget about his personal life right now. He did pick up an injury and went off later on, but that was a big block, though. That was a huge block. And I think his absence this season has definitely hurt Everton. So they've been dealing with a lot of injuries, man. So it was nice to see the boy Fabian Delph out there, man. When you have Delph out there, you got quality in terms of passing in the midfield. So got to give it up to Delph. Definitely got to give it up to Delph. But look, Vitaly Mykolenko, Alex Iwobi, with a moment of quality there as well for that cross over on a platter. On a golden platter for Alexei Mykolenko, the Ukrainian international, and the celebration was nothing short of emphatic. I think he even celebrated onto some artificial turf. I hope his knee is okay and stuff like that. He could have skated right into the advertising hoardings. But first Premier League goal, first goal for Everton, and that was only Iwobi's second assist this season. He has not scored a lot of goals, Iwobi, and he has not picked up a lot of assists, but when he comes big, man. The man has 2 goals and 2 assists all season. I honestly still don't understand how Everton paid 30 million euros for Alex Iwobi. 30 million euros. You're hearing it right. 30 million euros for the Arsenal youngster. Actually, 28 million pounds. Let me clarify that. £28 million up front plus a £7 additional million in fees. I rest my case. But look, man, very expensive goals and assists, but still, the Nigerian did the business for the opening goal, and that was exactly what Everton needed, that boost in the game. But look, Leicester fought back. They've started the game bright anyways, and they don't have to worry about the Europa League anymore. They came out, they were playing some positive football. Daka and Iheanacho from the start, you know, and they look good. You see what I'm saying? They did threaten. If it was, I'm telling you guys, if it wasn't for Jordan Pickford, Leicester would have won this game convincingly. Very, very convincingly. So I've seen people calling for Brendan Rodgers to get sacked. Why don't these Leicester fans chill their ungrateful selves? Chill out, man. This man gave you an FA Cup to follow up to the league title that Ranieri won you. No one in a million years would have thought that Leicester would have won a Premier League title and an FA Cup. You see what I'm saying? In this day and age where the competition is so stiff. So I need Leicester fans to just calm their asses down and just take what they're getting right now. I'm not saying to settle for mediocrity, but Leicester right now, the last time I checked the Premier League standings, are not doing too badly. You see what I'm saying? They're 14th, but still, they got 4 games to go. You know what I'm saying? They got the Europa Conference League as a distraction as well. So there's some excuse there. Brendan Rodgers already said that the squad it needs a bit of refreshing. Teams are figuring them out. And they got things. They know what they need to work on. They really know what they need to work on. So I need Leicester fans to just calm themselves down, man. Calm down. You're coming up against a team like Everton, a massive club that's struggling, trying to fight off relegation, and you're complaining about a loss when you ain't even got nothing to play for the rest of the season? Calm down. Mason Holgate followed up with a goal in the 30th minute. That came from a set piece again. The first goal came from a throw-in. The second goal came from a corner, I think. I think that came from a corner. Mason Holgate with a header. The first header was from Richarlison. Nobody there to actually get rid of the parry by Schmeichel, and Holgate first to the ball, right? Leicester got themselves to blame. Mendy had a good shot saved by Pickford. A couple of the I can't remember the players who was responsible for the shots, but Leicester had their opportunities, but Jordan Pickford was the man who came to the rescue. So they did everything they needed to do. Unfortunate for them, Dewsbury Hall, you know, he was struggling with some injury during the game as well. You know, he was a breakout player this season, but, you know, ultimately he was okay. Leicester just needs to rebuild and come again next season, you know. There was more they could have achieved. They could have been playing Champions League football 2 seasons in a row. They didn't play well. They're not a team that finishes well. And it's looking like that again. It is looking like that again. So, look, Everton, huge win. Huge win. I'm happy for Lampard. I'm happy for Everton. I do actually want Everton to stay in the league because as a Man City fan, I need another team. We can't do it on our own. I need another team. I need another team that's going to give Liverpool some problems. And Everton could give Liverpool problems. You see what I'm saying? You know, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but the possibility is there, man. The possibility is there. So, a quality result. They held off Leicester. They kept themselves in the game with some big saves, some big blocks, and they held on for the win, man. I predicted it. Ended up just so. And look, Everton just have to continue fighting, believing in themselves, and they will survive. The next test is against Watford. And I believe if Everton are able to win that game, they could well say, you know, you could well say congratulations for them on staying up, because I honestly don't know if Leeds United are going to get any more points this season. I really don't think, you know, when you check their fixtures, it doesn't look likely. You see what I'm saying? Nothing is promised. But once you get points, you put yourself in a better position to survive. And that's what Everton need to do. Look, they can't fall into the trap of doing well against Chelsea, doing well against Leicester, doing well against Man United, and then losing to Watford. You can't do that. And Brentford, you can't do that. These are two newly promoted teams. You should not lose to these teams. And if Everton manage to beat both of them, they won't have to even worry about the last two games against Palace and Arsenal. So Everton's, what they need to do, the roadmap is clear cut, and it couldn't be laid out more clearer than that. You see what I mean? It's right there. As for Leicester City, their season is pretty much over. They play Norwich, they should win that game. They play Watford, they should win that game. So there's still a lot to play for. They play Southampton on the final day. So there's still 9 points along with the game against Chelsea. Leicester could still get 12 more points and finish the season in a stellar, maybe 10th position. You see? They probably finish, if they pick up all available points, they probably finish 8th above Wolves or Brighton. Remember, Wolves got City and Liverpool to play. So that's what I'm saying. Chill out, Leicester City fans. Chill out. You haven't been bad, Dad. You're not so bad, man. Your expectation, you're getting a bit carried away with this thing. I know teams want to be and fans want to be as ambitious as they can, but still, just remember, just know your place. Know your place. That's all I'm saying. Big up to Michael Talbot in the house. 80 boot. Leicester could get pillaged this summer. Barnes and Tillemans, I think, will go. Yeah, a few players are gonna go, but they're gonna actually recruit. Hammy Ken, to repeat a pundit's analogy, Liverpool will snatch it out of City's belly, not teeth, in a manner identical to what we witnessed in the Champions League. Let me tell you something about these pundits, man. I've noticed it a long time ago. They don't like Man City. They don't like Man City. And you got to remember, a lot of these pundits are former players. They don't like the way City came up, the takeover and everything. But as far as I could see, when I look around the league, everybody's getting taken over. You see what I'm saying? It's either you're taken over by the Saudis, or by the Arabs, or by the Americans. You see what I'm saying? That's basically, I don't know who own all the clubs. But when I go down and I check the list, it's Americans and Arabians. You see what I'm saying? Man City, Arabians, Liverpool, Americans, Chelsea, Americans, Arsenal, Americans. Who owns Spurs? That might be English, right? I don't even. Man United, Americans. West Ham, I don't even know what's going on with West Ham. I don't even know what's going on with everybody. The Chinese, I think, owns Wolves, if I'm not mistaken. Brighton, I think, is Americans. I don't even know who owns all of these clubs, but still, look at it. Look at what's going on. So keep the same energy. Why the energy towards Man City? Keep the same energy across the board. You see what I'm saying? Keep the same energy across the board, man. Keep the same energy. But yeah, everybody's against City, you know. Just like what Pep said. Pep said 9 clubs wanted Man City. 9 clubs wanted Man City out of the league, relegated, stripped. 9, and he won't ever forget who those clubs are. Just remember that. You see what I'm saying? Just remember that, man. It is what it is. But look, all the best to Everton for the remainder of the season and Leicester for next. Big up to everybody. Javale O'Hara in the house, bro. You've been absent around these parts lately. Matata, Dom, you have... yeah, I will talk about all of that. Matata. Maybe not in this one, but I have everything written down to touch on in the future, you know? If I talk about it here, when I put out a little video on it, you're not going to watch it. You see what I'm saying? So... yeah, man, just be on the lookout for the content coming on a bit later there with my boy Kyla from Nothing But Reds. We got about an hour content planned, you know, and we're going to bring you that heat. It's already hot in here, man. I'm going to bring you that heat. You know I'm going to bring you that heat. You know that. One thing you promised around here is heat, man. Is heat. Is heat. Okay? I gotta get my lighter back in here, man. One thing you promised is heat, man. Guys, let me know how you liking the lighting, man. You know, you see the little tinge in the background? Just try. I don't even know how it looks on camera, to be honest, in terms of how it looks on YouTube. But let me know how that looks, man. Let me know how that looks, you know. My daughter actually had that in her room, and I liked the way it looked, and I said, yo, man, send me the link. Send me the link. And I bought it. Let me know how it looks. So Eldon is saying the lighting looks fresh, Dom. Woo! Woo! Yeah, baby! Woo! Crisp on the camp. Woo! Nice. I like that, man. I like that. I like that you guys are enjoying the stream right about now. Guys, we're going to have a lot of fun this year. I'm telling you, man. Just want to keep bringing you content, improving the channel, you know, in all facets. You know what I'm saying? If you check the thumbnail for this live stream and all, everything is me. Everything is me around here, man. Everything. You know, that's the time I put into this channel, man. You know, put my heart and soul into it, okay? And I appreciate the support that I'm getting back from you guys, man. Look, we don't have 1,000 people in here. We don't get 10,000 views every video or whatnot. But look, I appreciate every single view that I get around here. It's all important. It is all important. You know, I don't look at my numbers and get depressed and be like, oh, man. No, I don't have high expectations. I'm good. I'm good. You see what I'm saying? Anyways, let's keep it moving. Still got a few games to talk about. Let's talk about them Gooners, man. Let's talk about them Gooners. What another, you know, another good performance by Arsenal as they keep their stronghold on a top 4 spot. I did predict them to beat Leeds 3-1. They managed to do so 2-1. And I did talk about the presence of Eddie Nketiah, who was awarded man of the match for scoring both goals, the 5th minute and the 10th minute. He snatched that ball from Ilian Melier as Leeds were looking to play out from the back, you know, that attractive football, holding possession, pass it out from the back. Yeah, Ilian Melier, you play too much, man. Eddie Nketiah has been learning a lot from Gabriel Jesus and his pressing game, and stole the ball from Melier and scored. Early goal. Really good goal. You got to give it up to Nketiah for scoring the second one as well. But Gabriel Martinelli, I think, was huge during this game and was very unlucky not to score. So very good performance by Martinelli as well. You know, you got to give it up to guys like Bukayo Saka. Another good performance by him. You know, I think he's the youngest Arsenal player to score 10 goals in the Premier League. But look, the talk of the town, it has to be Eddie Nketiah, man. He has been, you know, of course, in the news for not wanting to sign a contract extension at Arsenal, and he's gonna look to leave this summer on a free. Let me before I mention free, let me just double check to make sure his contract expires this summer. And his contract expires in June. And what Arteta, he's been at the club since he came from Chelsea to Arsenal as a youth player. He spent some time at Leeds, and I could remember they recalled him from Leeds, and he's been back at Arsenal ever since. They recalled him in January of 2020. I could never forget that. And Arteta didn't really give him a lot of game time. But, you know, Eddie Nketiah, you know, he's been fighting. He's been saying how much, you know, he has his desire to play for Arsenal, but he's not getting the opportunities. But the man has 4 goals, and these goals have all came in his last few games where, you know, his last 4 games, he scored 2 braces. And even in the other games, Arsenal won against United and West Ham, Eddie Nketiah was the reason why Arsenal actually went on to win those games, because of his pressing and, you know, his closing down of the defenders, putting them under pressure, and just, you know, allowing other players to do their thing as well. And you need somebody like that in the team. If you have Lacazette in the team, you know, you do not get that work rate. And he's been keeping Lacazette on the bench, where now it seems that Lacazette might actually be the one to move on and not Eddie Nketiah. But the thing is, Nketiah don't want to find himself staying at Arsenal and then Arsenal going for a guy like maybe Gabriel Jesus and then he becomes number 2 again. You see what I'm saying? Because Jesus don't want to go there and be number 2. You see? So it's a tricky situation, but it seems as if Eddie Nketiah might actually sign a new contract at Arsenal. So let's see how that one play out. Luke Ayling in the 27th minute absolutely deserved that red card. Dumb. It's a numbskull tackle. I don't know what you're thinking, but you could actually seriously injure a player like that. You could seriously injure a player like that. And I don't know what the hell he was thinking there with that tackle. First given a yellow and then sent off, man. VAR review. And I think it was a right decision made. Diego Llorente put one in the 66th minute. That was from a set piece. Junior Firpo, who came on as a sub, with the assist there. And Arsenal saw the game. I think they deserved the win. Leeds, they look very, very ragged lately. And since that 2-week break that they had, they came back and they have not looked good at all, man. They lost 2-1 to Arsenal, 4-0 to Man City. They drew to Crystal Palace. And, before that, they did beat Watford. So they were on a good streak under Jesse Marsch, where they beat Norwich, they beat Wolves, they drew to Southampton and beat Watford. They picked up 10 points. But since the return, they've only picked up 1 point, man. And they have Chelsea, Brighton, and Brentford to play. So it ain't looking good, man. It ain't looking good. I just want to say that unless they beat Chelsea, which it could happen, it ain't looking good for Leeds United at all. Because Brighton are playing some good football. Brentford are playing some good football. And it's hard to predict those teams to lose to Leeds, where we know Leeds does that. Their defense is almost non-existent. You see what I'm saying? But look, it will be sad. It will be sad indeed for the Leeds fans. They waited so long to come back to the Premier League. And after 2 seasons, it's bye-bye, But it is just part of the game. Relegation is part of the game, man. Angel, Leeds are absolutely terrible. He learned that from Mane, pressing City's goalkeeper at Wembley. I don't know, man. Maybe you haven't been watching Gabriel Jesus enough. His pressing game is probably one of the best around the league. Abel, man like Eddie has got his confidence back indeed. Eddie Booth. Eddie Nketiah has decided to represent Ghana. I did see the Ghana flag on his profile as well. That's not a bad decision, because I don't know how many opportunities, how much, he's going to get for England with Harry Kane around. You see what I'm saying? Kane wants to play against freaking San Marino as well. So I don't know how many opportunities you're going to get. So not a bad decision at all. Not a bad decision. So look, Arsenal 2, Leeds United 1. We have been discussing the fact that Leeds United are in trouble. They do have 34 points right now. They are in the relegation zone in 18th. They haven't won any of their 3 games. They have only 1 win in their last 5. And they have Chelsea, Brighton, and Brentford left to play. Look, Brentford and Brighton are in good form, but Chelsea not so much. But look, Chelsea don't want to lose to Leeds either. So Leeds could go on and maybe only pick up 2 more points. Maybe they get 2 draws. Maybe they get 1 win, 2 losses. The microscope is on Leeds United. And I've actually come to the conclusion that Leeds might actually be the team that's going down. I know we could see more twists and twirls here, but Leeds look like the most likeliest team that are going to go down right now based on their form and their defensive record and everything. Burnley having more grit and more fight within them, could actually survive ahead of them. Look, if Burnley and Leeds do not win any of the remaining games, Burnley would actually survive with a negative 17 goal difference right now compared to Leeds' negative 35. You see, where they've conceded 74 goals this season, along with Norwich, the worst defenses in the league. That's poor. That is absolutely poor. You see what I'm saying? I know they're not far off from Manchester United, who conceded 56 goals this season, but still 74 goals is absolutely appalling. So, look, that's probably what you get for bringing in an American to try to save your season, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, look, you try to survive the Premier League and you go and bring in an American manager. Like, come on, man. Listen, I know I'm American. I'm naturalized American, but still though, it's a joke. It is a joke. You guys get the joke. Come on, man. It's like when Swansea brought in Bob Bradley quite a few seasons ago, and they sacked him real quick. Where's Swansea now? So I don't know, man. Maybe Sam Allardyce was the man for the job. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Maybe leave Bielsa. Maybe Captain America can't save you. And if Captain America can't save you, who knows, man? Maybe nobody else could have saved you. But in terms of the Gunners, they're looking good. Arsenal have put themselves in a position. Big up to the boy Mikel Arteta, who just signed a contract extent. Well, it's actually a new contract because his contract was actually expiring the end of this season. I didn't even realize that. And they drawn up a new contract and say, boy, sign the thing, sign the blood clot thing. We need you here. Look at what you're doing. You have us on the cusp of getting back into the Champions Leagues. You're like, come on, sign up the thing, You've been doing well. I know you lost to Brighton, Crystal Palace, and another bum team, but no, I don't mean that. But you bounced back with some massive wins against Chelsea and United and Leeds, and Arsenal could actually afford to lose the North London derby now. They could lose that and still finish ahead of Tottenham. Kudos to Arteta. Kudos to Arsenal. Kudos to Arsenal. Look at the table right now. Let me show you guys the table right now, man. Look at what the table looks like right now. Arsenal, 35 games played. Tottenham, 35. Arsenal with 66 points. Tottenham with 62. Okay? Arsenal could afford to lose the derby. Lose it. Just lose. Look, that's their next game. They could afford to lose the derby. Like, derby by... They don't even need to win the derby, but win out their rest games, and they'll qualify for the Champions League ahead of Tottenham and maybe Chelsea. They do have a tricky game against Everton, though. They do have a very, very tricky game against Everton, where if Everton are not already survived, that would be a fight to the death. One team for Champions League football next season, one team for Premier League survival, and Arsenal also have Newcastle on the road. So 3 big games remaining. It could swing again because the 3 previous games, Arsenal have won 3 on the bounce, right? 4 on the bounce, but they previously lost 3 on the bounce. It could swing again. Is it going to swing again? I don't think so. I could see Arsenal going on to get Champions League football again for the first time since they got completely destroyed by Bayern Munchen while Arsene Wenger was in charge. I could see them getting Champions League football. All they need to do is not to lose to Spurs. Just don't lose. Just don't lose. And that's not hard. That is not hard. It is probably hard. Ask Man City how hard it is not to lose to Spurs, But still, I could see Arsenal getting the top 4. I want them to actually get top 4. I actually want them to get top 4. So, look, big up to everybody in the stream, man. Make sure you guys smash the thumbs up button. Guys, let's get the stream up to 75 thumbs up. We are doing very, very well. If you're watching a replay, I'll definitely appreciate it if you do that. So, look, it's 4:30 p.m. on a lovely Monday evening. And we have to continue because we got a few more games left to talk about. And I have a lot to do today. I have to actually, come back later to do a mini preview of the matches that's coming up in the middle of the week. Maybe I'll do an hour, 10 minutes per video, per match, pardon me. And, and get that done. There'll also be some trophy talk coming out later as well. I'm going to get the work ethic in tonight. So, look, the next game that we're going to talk about is this game, man. Brighton 4, Manchester United 0. And I have to say, for the umpteenth time this season, this is embarrassing. This is Absolutely embarrassing. I should have actually watched I did not get to watch the Ralph Ragnick interview. I did make sure I watched the Klopp and the Pep interviews that's been trending right now lately. But I didn't hear what Ragnick had to say. But he's not come out and said good things. He's not come out and said good things about United. They have one game left this season. That will be Ragnick's last game in charge of Manchester United, where he'll stay on as a consultant, but he will go on to manage the Austrian national football team, right? David Alaba and Marcel Sabitzer and co, right? So, look, Brighton 4, Manchester United 0. I absolutely am in awe. I'm astounded by this result. It's not beyond the realms of possibility, however, because we know how good this Brighton team could be. We know how troublesome they are. But god damn, man. You give Man United a 4-piece? It could have been 5. It could have been more. It really could have been more, right? It could have been more. We know that. We know it could have been more. But still, this is Brighton you're playing. And no disrespect to Brighton, but come on, though. When you look at the record, when you look at Man City's record against Brighton, it's so one-sided. Even the previous record, United's record, but I think they did have a good result against United in the past. But this forget about those results. This is a new low. This is an absolute new low that Manchester United have hit. Man United will now pick up their lowest ever, potentially the lowest ever points tally in Premier League history, where they could only get a maximum of 61 points. Appalling, man. Come on. They've been going through some lulls, some lows, some LOLs, but we never thought that it would get to this point. We really didn't. You see what I'm saying? We really didn't. Like, this is Brighton. This is a team that recently got promoted a couple seasons ago. And you're losing 4-0, not 1-0, 4-0. With Cristiano Ronaldo on the field. Like, come on. Bruno Fernandes, how does this happen? Could somebody please explain this to me? This is beyond football knowledge. How did this happen? How did this happen? I'm pretty sure avid Man United fans and football fans, when they were watching Sir Alex Ferguson, ripping up the league at the back end of the 2010s, in the 90s, they would have never imagined down the line in 2022 that Man United would cop 4 from Brighton. That Man United will get destroyed by teams like Watford. Okay? They would not imagine this. 11 losses. 11 losses. When your counterparts, Manchester City and Liverpool, got 3 and 2, respectively. And you got 11. I know Tottenham and Arsenal got 11 too, but come on. You know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to. We know these teams have been struggling. You got 11 losses. Come on, man. Come on. This is unacceptable. It's unacceptable. Look, as a Man City fan, I'm loving it. I gotta say, but I didn't even predict them I predict them to beat Brighton. I predicted them to beat Brighton. You got a 4-0 against Brighton. You lost 3-1 to Arsenal, 4-0 to Liverpool. Yeah, we expected that. You lost to Everton, who are struggling hard. You see what I'm saying? You lost to City, 4-1, and these are some of the recent results under Ragnick, right? These are some of the recent results. You failed to beat Watford this season. You drew to Brighton, drew to Southampton. You want more? Do you want more? You lost to Wolves. A whole lot of draws to Newcastle, to Aston Villa. You could throw them all in there. Manchester United barely beat Norwich this season. 3-2 and 1-0. Come on, man. Come on. I like, how you going to lose 4-1 to Watford, that a team that got relegated? 5-0 to Liverpool early on in the season. Failing to beat Everton this season. 4-2 loss to Leicester City. Do you guys forget these things or what? Have you guys forgotten these things, that these things happen? These things happen. But let's not get sidetracked, man. Moses Caicedo, what a goal in the 50th minute. Mark Cucurella, also his first goal in the 49th minute. So these guys were on fire, and Cucurella deserved that goal. Pascal Gross came on, and Pascal Gross literally reminded me of Kevin De Bruyne when he scored that goal. That was a really good play. Leandro Trossard is a beast. And he got a nice little lucky goal there in the 60th minute. A ball that was going in anyways. 4-0. It could have been more. They just kept going in. I think Brighton did score a fifth. Did they only get disallowed? I can't even remember. But look, I think Edinson Cavani came closest to scoring. But one goal that stand out the most, man. One goal that stand out the most was that distribution, I think, from that was from Robert Sanchez down. You know, it was some good goals, man. It was some damn good goals, man. I think that was that Pascal Gross goal, man. The United defense so static. Rafa Varane. I told you guys at the beginning of the season that this guy Varane is no good. I told y'all that. And you guys are still, Varane. Varane ain't no good. Maguire ain't no good. The whole team ain't no good. I've said it many times. Dump him and pick out the good ones. And they're in an absolute mess. Erik ten Hag will come in next season, and he's going to look to revamp, revitalize, refresh, resurge, and make Manchester United the force they were before. It's going to be hard. It is going to be hard. They have fallen from grace. They have lost their sheen. They haven't won a Premier League title in going on almost, 9 seasons. A Europa League is the only thing to show for their exploits year after year after year after year. It's Ten Hag. Gonna be their Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Is he? It ain't gonna be easy. They might have to start from the Conference League or from the Europa League, right? One of them we know is a given. And we don't know if Cristiano Ronaldo will be there. We don't know who's gonna be there. We really don't know. Lingard could be leaving. Mata will be leaving. Matic will be leaving. Aaron Wan-Bissaka is linked back to Crystal Palace. Listen, man. Maguire, is he gonna be there? I don't know. I think they need to get rid of everybody. And start fresh. Bring up some of the youth players. Start fresh, man. Who knows, man? Man United might be fighting off relegation next season. You never know. You never know, man. You really never know. Well, let's see. But look, the spotlight is definitely on Brighton. Well played, quality football. I've spoken highly of them all season. They remind me of my team, Manchester City. I call them mini Man City. They play some attractive football. And when Pep leaves, I won't mind having Graham Potter as my manager. I'm serious. I won't mind Graham Potter, man. I really won't mind Graham Potter because the man is a magician. What he's doing with the budget over there is simply magic. It's witchcraft. It's dark. It's mastering the dark arts. Seriously. You gotta be well versed in the dark arts to pull off a freaking result like that. That's quality, man. That's quality. Clean sheet and all. Kudos to Brighton. And with that being said, Brighton are 9th with 47 points with 2 matches left to go. They won't be able to get European football no more. That would have hinged on West Ham failing to pick up many more points this season. But Brighton could still finish above Wolves and finish 8th. But they won't be able to get 7th place, whereas the most points they could now pick up is 53 points. But still, the best season ever since they got promoted from the Championship. And they will look to launch next season if they could hold on to some of their best talents. Don't forget guys like Tariq Lamptey, Yves Bissouma, Mark Cucurella, what a sign-in, Joel Veltman, Lewis Dunk for sticking around the team, Adam Webster. These guys come to mind, man. Welbeck. I think they could actually maybe send Neil Maupay to France and import somebody else. They have things that they need to work on, but it's been a solid season for Brighton and Hove Albion, man. So, look, for Brighton, the remaining games would be against Leeds and West Ham United. The one against Leeds would be pivotal. And also the one against West Ham, where West Ham aim to hold down that Europa League spot over Wolves, who, could still catch them if West Ham, falters at the back end of the season. And West Ham would want to pick up points and get over Man United as well, who could drop down to the Conference League. So that's a big game. That is a huge, huge game. As for United, they have one game remaining, and that game is against Crystal Palace. If Man United lose that game, you could best believe West Ham, even though they do have to play Manchester City, if West Ham win one of their 2 remaining games, West Ham United will finish above Manchester United on goal difference. And West Ham, their next game will be against City. Then they play Brighton. Let's see what happens. And I'm hoping, look, I think Man City will beat West Ham. But let's say West Ham beats City. If that happens, you damn well know they're going to finish above United. You damn well know. But I don't think that's gonna happen. Let's knock on wood, man. Let's hope that don't happen. AD Boots says hands off Potter. He's England's next manager. Eldon, Bailly, Matic, Cavani, Lingard, Mata all leaving. Yeah, Eldon, man. Yeah, Eldon, you're into the transfers, man. Who knows? Maybe we could do some work together. You never know. Mike, bro. What's up, Mike? Supposed to do them transfers, man. Sleeping on me, bro. Come on. We got to do them transfers, bro. We got look at Erling. Listen, man. Listen. Slacking, bro. Slacking. But anyways, guys, make sure you smash the thumbs up button for the live stream. It's your boy Dom back again at hour 51 minutes in. 4:43. Got to land the plane, and we have to do so to talk about the last 2 big games this week. Let's actually talk about Liverpool versus Tottenham. Let me do things a bit different. I usually talk about my team, City, last, second to last. But let's talk about let's switch let's do a switcheroo here and talk about Liverpool, and then we talk about City. Because look, when Liverpool do not win, the fans don't come out in their numbers. We know that. You see what I'm saying? They play hide and seek. You got to fetch them on the, big boulders and rocks. And, you got to dig into those holes in the trees and find the Liverpool fans wherever they are. They hide it in all kinds of things, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't find them. You really, really can't find them, man. You can't find them. But, yeah, Eldon, bro. We could do something, though. We could definitely do something, Since you're into the transfers, you stay on top of that. I love transfers as well. So, yeah. Big up to Rashid Alam, who said you will be lucky to get draws in your last 2 games with no defenders. Wishful thinking, bro. Wishful thinking, bro. Let's talk about this game. Liverpool won, Tottenham won. Lower the music a little there. Just lower the music. Lower the music. Listen, wait. I like to say thank you, Spurs. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I do appreciate it. 1,000%. for doing us a big favor. You beat us, what, twice this season? You're the reason why we're in this situation anyways. So thanks for kind of giving us a little bit of wiggle room, you feel me? Because, look, I don't think Liverpool played badly on the day. Liverpool went out there and did exactly what they have been doing all season. Let's just make that clear. Let us make that clear. Liverpool went out there and they did what they did all season. Okay? They did what they did all season. We know Liverpool, our team, they grind out results. When the going gets tough, they do know how to find a solution. Klopp is the man with the plan, right? Make a couple substitutions, bam, 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 goal. You know, coming down to the dying embers of the game, they find a way to get a goal, bam, they win the game. You know, it's frustrating as a City fan looking on at the Liverpool games, I know. Frustrating. They went out there and they did everything they've been doing. They played well. Klopp said himself, they played well. But the thing about Tottenham, they were so defiant, they were so resilient, and they had a plan. They executed it well. They could and should have won the game. They could and should have won the game. But Antonio Conte said, you know, I think he figured, okay, since Liverpool came back in the game, he's just going to settle with the draw. And I think it's a good decision. I was talking to a Liverpool fan and he was saying that's not the right mentality. And maybe Klopp was thinking the same thing too, because Klopp is saying he can't play like that. But I think Conte did the right thing. He's trying to get top 4 football, and it's better to get 1 point than to get none at all. And it's the same thing Klopp said. Klopp said they're 1 point better off than they were before. So it's still a positive. So Liverpool fans, you have to see a positive in this. You really have to see a positive. I can't really find a lot of criticism though. You see, people may look at this result and say, okay, it's a draw. Ha 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 ha. Hey, let me tell you something, right? Let me tell you guys something about me. Maybe I've done things in the past, but I observe what other people do on YouTube, other content creators, and I said, and it put a really bad taste in my mouth. You see what I'm saying? And I can't be that guy. I know I talk my little shit about United and Spurs sometimes, Liverpool sometimes, but Liverpool do not give me enough losses to really talk a lot of bad things about them. You see what I'm saying? But United, we know they're laughing stocks of the league right now. You know that. They're a meme. They're a meme club right now. Apart from, and when they lose, I don't run out and ha 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 and make these elaborate videos about them, mocking them. I don't do that. You see what I'm saying? I got better things to do with my time. But what I don't like, let me tell you what I don't like. Let me tell you what I don't like, right? I'm gonna tell you what I don't like. Man City lost the Champions League semi-final by 1 goal. It was 6-5. Real Madrid, the champions of Spain, 13-time European champions. What shame is there to lose to a team like that? Could somebody please explain to me what shame is in that? Okay, we lost to Real Madrid. The last 3 times Liverpool played Real Madrid, didn't they lose? The last time I checked, they did, right? So what is it? Listen, what is there? And there's no shame. There's no shame in losing to Real Madrid. But what did these Liverpool content creators run out and do? They laughed at us. Ha ha ha. They went out and made celebratory videos. Like, come on, man. Are you so desperate? So desperate? Are you so desperate? Because when Liverpool dropped points, I was at work. I'm like, I don't even need to talk about this. I'll talk about it when I talk about it today. Okay? Because then what could end up happening is the same thing that happened to those Liverpool fans who laughed at us getting knocked out of the Champions League. They drew to Spurs, or they could have lost. So I might go and I could make a video talking shit about Liverpool. Oh, you drop points against Spurs and then gone and lose to Newcastle, right? Or I could have, City could have gone on and let's say we play against Wolves on Wednesday and we lose too. How do I look? You see what I'm saying? So you got to just take it easy, man. Calm down. I don't know why people do this to themselves. I don't know if they're just doing this for content. I don't know if they're doing it for clout. I don't know if they're doing it for popularity or whatever. I don't know what it is, but it's just not how I do things. It's just not how I do things, man. You feel me? And I lose respect for a lot of people like that. Seriously. I need to call no names or nothing. But it's fun. It's fun to see people laugh and then they cry the next day and things like that. It is fun. You know what I mean? It is fun. You know, we have something in the islands where we say, yo fucker, yo. You understand? So, you know, it is fun to say shit like that, you know? So, it is what it is, though. But, look, get back to the game here. I think Liverpool went out there, did what they do every game. They put out a very strong team. And Tottenham picked apart Liverpool's defense. Pick him apart, man. In such a brilliant way. That was so good. That was so good, man. That goal was so good. The build-up and the way they got him behind, it was so good. Walked the ball in the back of the net. Walked it in. It was brilliant. It was indeed brilliant. Sessegnon with that square to Son. It was brilliant, man. It was brilliant. And I always tell people, always look back at what position the goals are coming from. And they never believe me when I talk and I say things that, they say I'm picking on a certain player. I'm not going to pick on certain players. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Look for yourselves and see what happened. See where the goals came from. And you see exactly what I'm talking about. Oh, Dom's doing this, Dom's doing it. Just look for yourself. The evidence is right there. Look for yourselves. And look at where the game was being played. It was at Anfield, the 12th man. Liverpool had everything going for them. Everything. Spurs were on top of that game. I couldn't believe. I was like, whoa, Spurs are about to win this game. And look, Luis Diaz has been the best player for Liverpool. Maybe over the last 5 games or so. Him and Thiago, and they linked up for that goal. Very lucky goal. And I must say it. It's a lucky goal. It's a deflected goal. Sometimes that's what you need. But for some reason, every time someone score one of those goals on Liverpool, the fans always come out and say it was a deflection. I don't know why. And I always say it happens. Deflections happen. I don't care how it goes in, as long as it ends up in the back of the net. As long as it ends up in the back of the net, man. Van Dijk did hit the crossbar. Højbjerg did hit the post, the side of the post, and he did have a gilt-edge opportunity to head one in, and he headed across the goal. And, Spurs played well. They defended well. Gotta give it up to Ben Davies. What a block for, he big block. Listen, I don't praise Eric Dyer like that. Big performance by Eric Dyer. But you see this, you see Christian Romero. Oh my God, man. Romero has been the change they needed in their defense, man. This guy, this guy is a good, and I knew he was a good defender. I knew he was a good defender from his days over at Atalanta. I knew he was a good defender, but goddamn, big performance on the day as well. Ryan Sessegnon, man. This guy dealt with Salah like a champ. Emerson Royale had a big game. You see what I'm saying? These guys had a big game, man. I know they set up very defensively with Højbjerg and Bentancur, and Liverpool had no outlets. They just couldn't pass. Just the blocks and the saves that Lloris had to pull off, and it wasn't a lot of big opportunities for Liverpool, but still, Tottenham did what they had to do to throw Liverpool off their game, man. You see what I mean? To keep guys like Mane quiet, to keep Salah quiet. Liverpool just didn't have the imagination on the day to break down Spurs. And when I say Liverpool played how they usually play, if you check the stats, you see exactly what I'm talking about. 22 shots. Only 3 on target. One of them a goal. 65% of the ball. Right? Passing accuracy, 85 out of 618 passes attempted. Look, Jurgen Klopp said, look, Tottenham did what they did. Atletico Madrid played that style of football and all. Klopp's talking this shit, right? 8 shots, 3 on target, only 35% of the ball. They don't care. You think they care about how much of the ball they have? They don't care about that. They don't play the type of football that Man City and Liverpool play. Not when they meet Man City and Liverpool, right? When they meet the other teams, maybe they get most of the ball and everything. Tottenham defeated City 3-2 with 28% of the ball. 28%. So if Jurgen Klopp was actually paying attention to what was happening, he would have known. He would have known this is exactly what Tottenham were going to bring on the day. Exactly. Nothing else. Nothing else. He should have known from the first game. That was a good game. He should have known that's what they're going to bring. And Liverpool failed to beat Spurs this season, and it could be very, very detrimental to their title charge. As they now give Man City not a 1 point, but a 3-point lead. A 3-point lead, which is a big boost for Man City after the failure in the Champions League. You see how life is? You see how life is? One disappointment on a Wednesday, and you go on Sunday, you have a triumph. Liverpool, big triumph on the Tuesday, disappointment on a Saturday. You see what I mean? So that's why we have to take game by game, and we have to, just take it easy, man. Not laugh at each other when we lose, because then it can happen to you the next week. But then again, they say it's banter, and that's what keep the whole football fanfare alive and all of that. But listen, to me, sometimes I just can't banter. I really just can't, man. You feel me? I just can't, because I'm very passionate about my team. You guys know that. And it felt like shit when we lost against Real Madrid. And I know exactly Liverpool and their fans felt the same way when they drew to Spurs. The same way. Because it's potentially dropping the Premier League title. You see what I mean? And I know how much the Premier League title would mean to Liverpool Football Club. I know how much it would mean. And it's just the vice versa of European success for Liverpool, domestic success for City. One club may envy the other for their various successes, if you really look at things. Liverpool, I know they crave for domestic success. But one team that stand in Liverpool's way, it's not Spurs on the day, but it was Spurs on the day, but it's Manchester City. And in terms of Europe, Liverpool are a team that stand in City's way before, stood in City's way before, and this season Liverpool could go on to win the Champions League. Man City could go on to win the league, and both teams do have a successful season, but it could be a situation where Liverpool does not win the Champions League, does not win the FA Cup, does not win the Premier League, remember the whole quadruple talk, and only go on to win a Carabao Cup. That measly Carabao Cup that Liverpool fans were laughing at, and saying City, that's a Mickey Mouse Cup or whatnot. Jurgen Klopp called for the competition to be done away with and all of that. You see what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying here? So I'm just spitting pure facts right now. I'm just spitting pure facts. I'm not here laughing at Liverpool. Oh, Liverpool drop points. Because as far as I know it, mathematically, the Premier League title is not won. You see what I'm saying? It is not. The title race is not over. Liverpool could beat Villa tomorrow. Bam. City could go and lose to Wolves on the weekend. So it is what it is, man. So look. For Liverpool, the remaining games. Aston Villa tomorrow. We're going to talk about this some more. But Aston Villa coming up tomorrow. We had a FA Cup final on the weekend. Southampton and Wolves. Liverpool should go on to win their remaining games, right? Should. But the scenario is very tricky because the weekend game coming up is a high-stake game, and then you play Villa, and then, you know what I'm saying, there's going to be rotation, and there's going to be, different things that come into play here. It's a tricky situation. The FA Cup final, tricky, then even the Champions League final. Some people may say, oh, but Dom, the Champions League final is after the Premier League. But okay, the Champions League final is 6 days after the Premier League. What if you have to go all out for the final game of the season, and then you end up and lose 2 key players for that game? Then, okay, now you understand how it affects the Champions League, right? You see what I'm saying? So, look, I think it was a good performance by Spurs. They could have won the game, but they ended up playing out for a draw at the end of it. For them, look, we're going to talk about this some more later, right? But for Spurs, Arsenal must win. Burnley must win. Norwich must win. They could have won their remaining 3 games and still not qualify for the Champions League. Or they could have won their remaining 3 games and qualify for the Champions League ahead of Chelsea or Arsenal. So the situation is hangs in a balance here, man, and it's well poised going into match week 37. We will be doing a preview for that one later on this week. So look, guys, as I land the plane on today's episode, Manchester City 5, Newcastle United 0. A complete performance by City, if you ask me. A complete performance. The guys showed their hunger, their will to go out there and bounce back after the disappointments of the Champions League loss to Real Madrid. And it was indeed a sinking feeling. It's a terrible feeling, But to be honest, guys, I felt worse. I felt worse last season. So this was nothing compared to last season. You see what I'm saying? Seriously, last season, I woke up the next morning, I felt like somebody died in the family, man. I'm telling you. Or a dog or something. But I'm telling you, this one, I think I dealt with it like a boss. Took it on the chin. I knew it would happen. It could happen, not it would, but it could happen. And I wasn't expecting it. I already celebrated the win when Mara scored. 90th minute, I was already setting up a talk with a Liverpool fan to do a little, something after the game. Come on, let's talk about Man City Liverpool final. Never happened. But City bounced back really, really, really well. Sterling with a brace in the game. What a goal. What a ball to, I think that was to Laporte. And that was Cancelo, pardon me. Cancelo over to Sterling, but it's just one-touch football, man. Just the ball. It was just exquisite stuff, man. And I know the Liverpool fans were watching this game because they're watching this game hoping that Man City drop points in the game. So they're watching the game and they're seeing the exquisite football that we're putting out there. They're seeing the football that we're playing, right? They're seeing the football that we're playing and they're saying, God damn, these suckers. They just won't lose. I hate this freaking oil club, man. I hate this $1 billion spending, £1 billion spending club. I hate this club. These guys just won't lose. They're standing away every single season. UEFA, could you do something about Man City? They're cheating. Gotta be cheating. Because Liverpool got legacy. Legacy. City are full of plastic fans. That's pretty much, what they're made up of. This is a Liverpool, a massive club with history and legacy. How are they behind Man City? You see what I'm saying? This is what the Liverpool fans are saying watching the City game. And don't tell me I'm lying. Don't tell me I'm lying. You see what I'm saying? Do not tell me I'm lying. They find everything to go on Twitter. Just go on Twitter and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Just go over there on Twitter. You're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. What I have to say about Liverpool is just pray. I give Liverpool praises, non-stop praises. You would think that Liverpool is a freaking religion. You see what I'm saying? And I'm one of the disciples. The amount of praises I give Liverpool. If only some Liverpool fans could just find it in their heart to just do the same for Man City. But the majority, they don't, man. They don't. They talk about how the clubs were built, one being a small club from Manchester, relegated twice, came back up, bought out, you know what I mean? Twice. Remember the Thai ownership, and then the new owners, new wealth, Premier League title after Premier League title. Five since the takeover. 5. You see what I'm saying? 5. They don't like this. People don't like the come up. But if you look around the league, a lot of teams are getting taken over. But the same energy is not directed towards those clubs. Why? Because they're not winning. When you're winning, they hate you. They just don't want to see you win, right? They don't want to see you win. And it's an occasion when you lose. You know, during the week is when I really realize it. I knew it all along, but I really realized how much people love to see City lose. I realized how much people like to see City lose when we lost to Real Madrid. And I got to appreciate it a bit more. Yes, I appreciate the winning, but I got to appreciate us losing a lot more. Simply because when we lose, it's an occasion. It's a massive occasion. It's a celebration out there when we lose. And I was like, God damn, you must be good if they celebrate like that when you lose, right? They must fear you. They must don't like you and they must fear you. And I'm saying, oh shit, I absolutely love this. I absolutely love this. When City lose, I love it. I love it. You see what I'm saying? You got to love it. You got to love when you lose and love when you win. Because, look, it's more of a celebration when we lose. It's more of a celebration when we lose. Because we don't lose that often. So that's why you have to appreciate. You know, you get what I'm saying? These moments are very, very few. So you got to appreciate these moments to see the opposition fans happy. Because most of the times, they're not. They're not. Something's got to give. This season, the Champions League, the FA Cup, the League Cup. But right now, it seems like Manchester City are going to go on to win the league. 5-0. Sterling, Laporte, Rodri, Foden, Sterling again. The team on fire. Pretty much on fire against a Newcastle team that's in very good form. Against a Newcastle team who everybody thought that most people thought that Newcastle. Yeah, I know. If you're thinking to yourself, I didn't say Newcastle were actually going to win. Most people thought Newcastle were going to get something. And what they got? A 5-piece with a large fries and a large Coke. That's what they got. Big up to the boy Pep Guardiola. Guys, we suffered a couple setbacks. Ruben Diaz, John Stones, even Nathan Ake, Kyle Walker. These guys could be out for the rest of the season. Or maybe Pep's playing some mind games. I don't know. But we left to fend the remaining 3 games with Fernandinho, with Nathan Ake, who's not 100%, and a couple youngsters, man. You see Pep put on CJ Egan-Riley. Maybe there's a twist. Maybe there's a twist, guys. But this was a one-sided game, as one-sided as games come. Newcastle did have some early opportunities in the early stages of the game. And later on in the game, Callum Wilson did come off the bench. Trippier came off the bench. Callum Wilson had an opportunity, but Edison with yet another clean sheet to go up to 20 clean sheets with Alisson. So it's between Edison and Alisson with 3 matches left to see who's going to get the Golden Glove this season as well. So it's well poised. But listen, Phil Foden, good goal. I think Jack Grealish had a very good game. He might be, taunted right now for the season he's having, but Jack Grealish had a really good game. So let's give it up to Jack Grealish, man. Let's give it up to Jack Grealish. Guys like Gundogan, Kevin De Bruyne, You know, Rodri, what a season. Goal scoring form is unbelievable. Laporte, you know, it was a fantastic win for the boys. You know, Zinchenko, I think, had a great game. He could have scored, but he was eventually credited with the assist. Never scored a Premier League goal. But I'm telling you, it was a performance we needed. We replied after the Liverpool draw, and we did what we had to go out there and do. Pick up 3 points. Pick up 3 massive points. And I'm absolutely happy about it. The next test is Wolves. I could go on and on and on about City, but I'll do that a bit later. I have to come live again later, guys. I know it's a lot of work, but the work never ends. The midweek fixtures are coming up very fast tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday. And I have to talk some more again, so I'll be back to elaborate. Complete performance by the boys, just a couple injury setbacks. And it's going to be interesting to see how Man City cope with the fixtures and with the players they have available right about now. I'm stuttering a bit. Maybe I'm worried. But we could afford to draw a game. You see what I'm saying? We could afford. We have a better goal difference than Liverpool now, which is very, very massive after the league double over Newcastle this season. Eddie Howe losing his 12th game against Man City. 12 losses, 12 matches played as well. For Man City, the next test is against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Then we play West Ham on the weekend and Aston Villa on the following Sunday, the final day of the season, where hopefully Villa could give us a guard of honor. And West Ham maybe could do the same. Who knows? Let's see. Let's wait and see what happens, man. I don't think we could win the league by the time we play West Ham, though. So maybe Aston Villa. As for Newcastle, what a revival this season. What a revival. Their next game will be against Arsenal. Then they finish off the season against Burnley. Pivotal clash that could, depend on Burnley's. That game could be pivotal in whether Burnley survive or not. So, guys, I will talk more about Erling Haaland. I will talk more about some potential transfers and all of that later. Look for the videos that are going to come up later on today and tomorrow. I do appreciate you guys tuning in, but I have to go from this on to Trophy Talk with my boy Kyle. I'm pretty sure he's probably waiting for me right about now. So, look, guys, it's been a good one. 10 games reviewed. Man City back on the table because Liverpool actually went ahead with that draw. And it's a good feeling. It's a good feeling, man. It's a great feeling. But the Liverpool fans are still hoping that City are going to drop points. But I don't think they learned anything from that season when they lost the title by 1 point, though, where I think Man City went on to win 14 games. Last 14 remaining games on the bounce. So don't depend on City to drop points when it matters. You know what I'm saying? Don't listen. Don't depend on that. It might not actually happen. So, guys, this is match week 36, the review, the roundup. It's your boy Dominic Rich. Like the video if you haven't yet done so. We've been gone 2 hours, 22 minutes. Usually longer roundup that I'm used to doing, but I had a lot to say. And I said my piece, okay? So, thanks to everybody who tuned in. Like the video if you haven't yet done so. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And for the people who've subscribed, I appreciate it. Okay? I'll be back with another one later. A lot of work to be done. So from your boy Dom, peace out. Rich Squad. Peace.